Hey guys, Panther0822 here. It is din time with the Panther time. Gonna get back to a different screen here real quick. So we've got all that, which is cool. And now we're gonna share this out a couple places. So change this to in a group. Alright. Welcome. If you are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button followed by the bell icon so you get notified when I stream. Because I do streams and uploads Monday through Friday and sometimes on the weekends, and you don't want to miss out. So, today was actually a pretty decent day for the most part. We were productive. We took the dogs so they could get groomed. So they're looking good and happy, and they're feeling better as far as that goes. And then I had the wife help me play some Dragon Age Inquisition. More specifically, she helped me through probably about the most difficult part of the entire bloody game, which is Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts. So you can, you guys can go and actually watch that, and yeah, that's about an hour-and-a-half long stream because that particular section is pretty lengthy. So, but now that that's done, we're at kind of pretty much a quick jot to the end of the game. There's really not a whole lot left for me to do main quest-wise, so I'm going to probably spend a bit more time doing some more side quests and kind of doing some more of the side things, because there's definitely some more things to do, so we're gonna focus on those for a little bit. I'm thinking we'll probably wrap up the game within the next month, maybe 2. I could be horrendously wrong. We could end up wrapping the game up shorter than a month. I doubt it. But definitely within the next 2 months we'll finish out Inquisition, and then we'll move on. I am debating going back and playing the 2 previous Dragon Ages, Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Origins. At the moment, I'm playing Dragon Age Origins Awakenings, which takes place after Dragon Age Origins. But the reason I'm thinking of going back and playing Origins, Dragon Age Origins, the first game, and replaying the second game is because there are different endings to the games. And so I am curious to see what those endings look like. The rest of the game plays exactly the same. There's really not any difference as far as the gameplay goes. It's the ending that I'm really after. But I may end up streaming the entire thing anyways because, well, that's what I do. And I try not to edit too much, although I have been starting to edit and trying to compile some things so that a 3-hour stream is now like a 30-45 minute episode, because I cut out all the unnecessary shit that I would say you guys don't need to see, but it's not relevant. So so that's what I'm thinking about doing, is I'm thinking about going back through and playing those 2 games. I, like most DA fans, am very impatiently waiting for the 4th Dragon Age, well, I guess technically 5th Dragon Age game to come out. Although if you take Dragon Age Awakenings out of it and just go Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition, the fourth game in the series, I'm very impatiently waiting for them to release the game. I've seen tidbits and hints that they're maybe releasing it here soon, I hope. But I'm not entirely positive. So anyways, tomorrow is, what, Tuesday? Yeah, tomorrow's Tuesday. So tomorrow's going to be KOTOR. So tomorrow we're going to be getting back into Knights of the Old Republic 2. So we'll be playing that. And then I have been starting to stream me just more or less goofing around, doing kind of the non-essential crap in Inquisition. And it's gotten a larger response than I thought, just to be honest, because there's no commentary to it. It's just me playing. And it's just surprising to me, mainly because I was not expecting, gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting the view count. Just to be plain and simple, I really wasn't. Because right now the last one that I did has 13 views, and I was not expecting it. I mean, it went from like 3 or 4 views to 13. It jumped pretty quickly, and I'm very thankful for that. So please don't misunderstand. I am very thankful for that. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I'm just surprised to see some things. I guess I shouldn't be, maybe because I've been working and trying to develop this for the last 2 years, but anyways, one of the things I did actually want to go over just really quickly is that I'm trying to get it to where my stuff can be monetized, because YouTube changed the way that they did things. They made it so that you have to have 4,000 views within a 1 year span and 1,000 subscribers. You've got to have both in order to get monetized. Honestly, I think it's horseshit that they're doing it this way. Mainly because it penalizes a lot of the smaller channels like mine and other channels that just don't see that volume. And I think it's pretty crappy that they ended up changing to that. I don't know if it was because they're trying to make YouTube a better place, or I don't know what their line of thought process was, but they did it. Anyways, when it comes to monetization, one of the numbers I wasn't sure where it what it was actually telling me, and I figured it out. Basically, what it is it's telling me how close I am to my goal as far as the 4,000 views needed, and I'm nowhere close. Total views for the overall lifetime of the channel is actually really close, but within the time span that there's an I'm not even remotely close. So. But that's the goal. The goal is to get to where I can start seeing something. My goal for this channel has and honestly never will be the money aspect. Do I want to get the channel to where I'm making a little bit of money off of it? Yes. Do I want to get it in the arena of where I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars? No. I mean, if I get to that point, cool, but what I really wanted, the main reason I did this channel was because of my MS. My MS affects me in ways that makes it so that me in the workforce doesn't work, along with the brain damage. I mean, the two of them together. The brain damage I learned how to manage and was able to make it work within a work environment, and I was able to do things. But the MS came along, and honestly, the MS kind of fucked shit up. Just really badly. It's made it so that being in the workforce is pretty close to impossible. Not without some type of disclaimer underneath my name badge that basically says no verbal filters. Because for the most part, my verbal filters are non-existent. I don't really have them. So I'm doing this because I just don't want to sit and play video games all day long and get fat. I mean, you wouldn't guess it, but I am a little bit overweight for my height. I'm a little over 160 right now, which, I mean, for me is not terrible, but it is about 10 to 15 pounds over what I really should be, because I've got a little bit of a pooch, and that little bit of a pooch needs to go away. By the time I start getting closer to the 165, 170 range, it becomes a lot more obvious. And the heaviest that I've ever been, and I know for some people they'll be like, bastard, but the heaviest I've been, and for me that's when it really shows as far as the overweight goes, is when I hit about 180. When I hit about 180, the Dunlap becomes pretty obvious, and the weight, it's obvious, and I don't want to be there. I got there once, and I'm like, So, anyways, that's a huge divergent and whatnot, and thank you for letting me be on my soapbox for a minute. But overall, I really developed this channel to give me an outlet, give me something specific to do, something to work on, so that I can do some things. And the other part of it is, and I really need to sit down and do some research, is I want to share my channel with the MS community, because it's how I deal with my MS. Different people deal with disability and diseases in different ways. The form of MS that I have, and there are 4 individual forms of MS in severity. The severity that I have could be considered the intermediate, the middle ground, because it's remissive remittent. It comes, it hits, and then eventually it could go and then stay in remission for a long period of time. But there is also a possibility that it could hit me like a baseball bat or a sledgehammer on any given day, which it has, and has seriously put me out of commission for a day. And what that looks like for me is usually I'm bedridden, and it's not necessarily that I'm bedridden due to pain. It's I'm bedridden because I'm just bloody tired, and I end up sleeping pretty much the entire day. Because that's how my form of MS affects me. It affects me on a physical and mental tiredness level, along with destroying any and all forms of verbal filters, and along with the fact that my physical strength is greatly diminished since the official diagnosis goes. It's really sad. When I used to be able to lift 25, 50 pounds without too much of an issue, and now I pick up a 5-pound weight and my hand feels like it's going to drop the weight. It's pretty extreme. So anyways, the goal of this channel initially, and still is to give me an outlet to focus and to try and be productive in a world and an environment where I may not be able to be productive. I've thought about getting back into the workforce. We're a little tight on money, and I've thought about getting back into the workforce, but that's a very difficult call for me to make, because I'm aware that I've told customers to fuck off to their faces. You don't keep a job very long, and I've said this in other vlogs. But it's kind of important, and I feel that it's important to just kind of keep stating, because there's a lot of people who look at people who do YouTube or Twitch or do one of these and go, why don't you get a real job? It's very, very easy to do that, and I'm guilty of that. So this is very much, I'm guilty of that, because I've looked at a lot of the people who are very, very successful at YouTube and go like, why don't you go get a real job? Not realizing that YouTube is their job. And until I started actually doing YouTube on a regular basis starting 2 years ago, I did not realize how much actual work it is as far as sitting down, getting the software, spending the 30 the amount of time to play the game, record the game, and then if I decide to edit the game, the additional 30 to several hours in video editing that I end up doing. It's you don't realize it until you actually start doing it, and then you go, oh wow, there's a lot of work that's in this, and it's worthwhile work, and I enjoy doing it, but it does take a lot out of me, even though I'm more or less sitting in a chair. The amount of mental energy that goes into this is not something you would think would take a lot until you start doing it. So anyways, Tuesday is KOTOR, so we're going to get into that. I might also play some Dragon Age Awakenings for you guys. I've kind of done some commentary on it, but I'm kind of actually enjoying doing it non-commentary. Just kind of recording, just streaming the game, non-commentary, just playing the game, and going that way. I know I haven't played any Force Unleashed in quite some time. There's a couple reasons for that. One is the particular section that I'm on. I'm horrendously stuck. I've attempted it on more than one occasion, and I'm about at a point of looking up a strategy guide or asking my brother-in-law or my wife to try playing the particular section. The other issue is actually a performance issue. The game has been a bit glitchy on me, slow to respond, and has been, on a tech level, has been a nightmare to deal with. And it's been very, very frustrating. So it's not that I don't want to finish playing the game. It's not that I don't want to share the game with you guys. I've just been having some very horrendous tech issues with the game, and I need to find a way to fix it if possible, and it should be possible. And it also might be simply the fact that I need to add another 16 some odd gigs of RAM to my desktop to get it to more like, it's currently at 12 gigs of RAM. Upping it to, even upping it from 12 gigs to 16 gigs at 4 gigs makes a very large difference. Upping it from 12 gigs of RAM to like 32 gigs or 64 gigs. That does take money, though, because it's like 100 and something to do that. 100 almost, I want to say 140, 150 bucks to up it just to the 16 gigs. Unfortunately, computer parts are not cheap. They're stupidly expensive. And yeah, and maybe it's just the U.S. Maybe because it's the U.S., everything is stupidly expensive and we overpay for everything. But the major point is that I'm going to try and get back into the game and play for you guys so we can play to fruition. And then I need to get the second game so that we can go through and play the second game and go that way. I've got a couple of older Star Wars games. I started playing one. I did about a 30-minute stream of a very old Star Wars game. And overall, I enjoyed the game. I was just having a horrendously difficult time figuring out where the hell I needed to go, what I needed to do. And it was starting to drive me nuts. And it was honestly making me a little bit sick and trying to physically sick. And I think a lot of it was because it's such an old-style graphic that the orientation and the things it literally threw me off as far as things go. So I'm gonna try and get back into it. I'm in correspondence with, actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna check. I'm in correspondence with Game Show right now to try and get the license issue figured out. They just need to reset the license so I can use it, is all they need to do, but they're having evidently, after describing the issue to them in detail, they are still having issues getting it resolved. So I don't really know what's going on with it, other than I am talking with Game Show to get it resolved so that we can get the Game Show watermark dealt with. I wouldn't have so much of an issue with it if it just lived down here in the bottom left-hand corner, but the problem is after a time it does what it's doing now, where it expands to fill the screen and then it disappears. I wish it wouldn't do that. I wish it would just live in the bottom left-hand corner, because it kind of fucks up the video and the experience when it expands to what it does. So, OBS has been seriously fucking up on me. I've tried to use it, I've tried reinstalling it, I've tried doing some things, and there is something going on that is fucking up. I don't know what it is. It's beyond my level of troubleshooting, because I will tell it to start to stream and record, and it'll auto stop, and it'll just completely fuck up. And I don't know what it's about. I really don't. So I've stopped using it. I know it doesn't have any watermarks, so I mean it makes life simpler in that regard, but it is frustrating in the fact that when I want to stream and I'm 5 minutes into a stream, and especially when it's a QuickTime event and it stops, you guys have now lost that QuickTime event, and I've got to go back through and replay it or something like that so you guys can see it, and it drives me nuts. So for the time being, I will live with the game show the way that it is, and go from there. I want to invest in Wirecast. Wirecast is a much more expensive program. It's a $695 program, but it has far more functionality in it than what I'm currently using. The main thing that I really want is multicast. Multicast allows me to stream to at least two plus places at the same time. So I can stream to Twitch and I can stream to YouTube at the same time, which is what I really want to be doing. I really want to be streaming to multiple places to get myself in front of more people so that they can see what I do, because I have a passion for teaching, training, and developing people. I'm in my mid-30s, and I've spent 15, if I round it up, I've spent about 15 years teaching, training, and developing people in between martial arts training and Olympic-style fencing and just other things here and there. I've spent the majority of my adult life teaching, training, and developing people. But a lot of times people don't listen to me because I don't have that college piece of paper, which frustrates me. A piece of paper doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. With the right amount of things, I could make a really kick-ass looking cover letter that looks like it's from an accredited college, and do that. It's wrong. It's deceitful. It's lying, and I'm not going to do it. But the point is generating a piece of paper or paying for a piece of paper is not what I would consider worthwhile. I think a person who has an established history that you can go and actually talk to people and be like, oh yeah, he's actually done this, I think that's more credible than a piece of paper. That's just me. I don't know how many other people feel the same way, but one of the other reasons I started this channel was to play video games. I love playing games. I suck at them. I'm flipping horrendous at them, as evident by if you watch my gameplay, you can tell I'm not the greatest. I'm really not. But I enjoy playing, despite the fact that there are some times where it's like, dude, why does this game stressing you out so much? Stop. It's not the game itself that's stressing me out. It might be some stupid mechanic. It's not the mechanic's fault. It's probably just me playing shittily, just to be honest. But how playing the game relates is into teaching, training, and developing people. If you watching me play a game shittily gives you an idea or helps you get through a particular section you might have been stuck at as far as your gameplay goes, or maybe listening to me yell and scream at a video game helps you in some other way, then I've done my job. And that's what's important to me. What's important to me is to be able to share my experiences so that I can help people. And because that's really what I want to do, is I want to help people. I know that like I said, because of my MS and because of my brain damage, I'm well aware of my limitations. That being said, if I can use my limitations as a teaching tool to help people, then I feel that I should be doing that. So, anyways, thank you for listening to my soapbox for almost 30 minutes. I appreciate it. It really is appreciated. And without you guys, no YouTuber would have a fan base or anything. So I mean, and that's just the simple truth. It's important to share that gratitude. I know I do it, and I know that. And actually, I was watching a TubeBuddy video as far as or a vidIQ video on how to grow my channel to 4,000 and get the subscribers and all of that. And one of the things that he pointed out was, and it was like, number one thing you can do is ask people to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Yeah, it might get annoying, but if I don't ask for it, I won't get it, and that's actually part of goals. And I might actually do another SMART goal or a goal general video. I did a SMART goal video mainly because I felt compelled to do it, but I feel compelled to kind of share that type of information. I'm not the greatest at it. I attempt to do it. I fail miserably at it because I'm human and whatnot, but the truth of the matter is in a lot of ways I use goal setting subconsciously. One of my goals was to establish a YouTube channel and to record at least one game a day, Monday through Friday, and I'm doing that. I've been trying to set a goal as far as doing a nightly vlog, and for a while I was doing really well, and then I've kind of fallen off the horse. I've also got a Wix website that I've horrendously fallen off the horse as far as maintaining that site, along with a Patreon page that I'm probably at this point maybe actually just going to delete altogether, mainly because I forget. But again, that's part of goals. That's part of goal setting, is to have those types of pages so that if you guys want to donate, you absolutely can, and you guys have a place to do that. But me not maintaining the website doesn't do any good, because if I'm not maintaining it and I'm not there to do anything with it, then it's a dead weight. And I need to shed that dead weight if I'm not going to do anything with it. So the Wix page is something that I need to keep on top of that, because I need an independent web page for you guys. You guys need a landing page to go to. And I need to maintain that for you guys. So anyways, my throat's getting a bit sore. It's about 11:35, and I've been blabbing for about 30 minutes now. I know I just said that about 3 minutes ago, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It is very much appreciated. No YouTuber could do this without you guys. So thank you very much for allowing us the ability to do what we do. Plain and simple. Thank you for that. And honestly, I can't say it enough. I know it sounds cliche. I know you guys probably hear it a lot from pretty much every YouTuber that you guys watch, but we really can't say it enough, because that is the truth. The truth is, if you guys didn't watch, we wouldn't have the ability to do it. And go from there. And as much as I bitch about YouTube, thanking YouTube, because YouTube gives us the ability to upload our content, and then once we hit the goals that they set, no matter how preposterous I think they are or other people think they are, but hitting those goals so that we can actually earn a little bit of income is very much a blessing. So as much as I bitch about YouTube and what I find annoying, I am very thankful for them, because if they weren't here, I wouldn't. I and countless thousands, if not millions of people, would not be able to do what we do or watch. So thank you to YouTube. Again, despite my annoyances with them, thank you to them as well. So, anyways, I'm gonna crash, guys. Until the next time, this is Panther 0822. Peace out, guys.